you don't understand is that, lifting weights builds your, it revs your metabolism up. And that's part of the thing about exercising is you don't understand how much more energy it gives you. And I never thought I could really get a really good workout in the time that I do here. It's blown me away.
Well, welcome, Hildie.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, so why don't we just kick it off and just tell me a little bit about yourself, what you do, kind of what your exercise background has been.
Okay, so, well, I work for the city of Onalaska. I've been there I just had my 7-year anniversary. And I've been around for a long time, just had my 60th birthday in June, so I'm feeling good about that. And a little bit about my exercise background. Man, I tell you what, I've always been a weight battler for all my life. And as I got older and after I had my child, I got more sedate. Being a baseball mom, it was a lot of sitting around and stuff. So I decided I needed to do something. So I started doing videos at home, and I started to lose a little bit of weight. And then I started at one gym, and I stayed there for a couple of years. And I went to another. And I got into like personal fit, where I had a personal trainer, and I got into that. And then I actually got certified myself to be a trainer. Usually, and then after that, I went to more of a CrossFit type of gym, and here I am.
Okay, so you're no stranger of working out.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and I must say, you're looking young for 60. So.
I don't feel 60, and I think exercise has a lot to do with it.
Oh yeah. That's one thing people think the exercise, it has to be just for appearance or just that, but there's such a mental aspect of it.
Yeah. Oh, I can move better. I see a lot of people my age that don't work out. They're struggling to bend over to pick something up. They bend at the back, so they lift totally wrong. And then they stand up and they're like, oh, my back is sore. So it helps just in everyday life.
Yeah.
I don't have problems bringing in groceries from the grocery store, carrying window units from my air conditioners. It's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. You can just tell, your energy just radiates from you.
And that's part of the thing about exercising is you don't understand how much more energy it gives you. Like, I used to work out at night after work, and I would literally consider that my second wind.
And now you're actually able, since come NorthStar, you're able to do it, almost fit it within your workday.
I am.
How is that benefit? How have you found that? How is it?
Well, I went from working out 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, to coming here, cutting that in almost a third, doing it on my lunch hour, getting back to work, and not missing a beat. Yeah. It's perfect. And I can go home and I can cook dinner for my son and, do things. I bought a boat this year, as I'm sure you know. So I've been able to get out on the river after I get done with work. It's a total game changer.
So this has gone from working out as a almost necessity, like adding more, almost like a more stress of fitting it in the time.
Exactly.
To really giving you back control of your time.
Yes. And I never thought I could really get a really good workout in the time that I do here. It's blown me away.
Okay.
Really, truly. And I never did cardio, and now I'm actually looking forward to it.
Oh,
because when you think cardio, you think, oh my God, I'm going to spend 45 minutes to an hour on a treadmill. Where you guys do it, it's 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, and you alternate things in between. Steady, and then maybe like a hill thing. What do you call it?
And it's
scale. It is challenging.
It's challenging, but do you feel like that dread of I can't do it? It's not.
No, because I know better, because the limitations when my body says you can't do it, it's just my mind.
And I think the other thing too is be able to understand that, hey, there's a purpose to what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that we don't believe that working out should be a punishment, and it's really geared to what you need at that point.
Sure.
And if you do that consistently.
Yeah, and that's the thing, going from 6 days a week, 2 hours a day to 3, because I come 3 days a week, and it fits within my work schedule. The time aspect, and you don't understand is that lifting weights builds your it revs your metabolism up, but just that extra little cardio pushes it a little bit farther.
Yeah, that is such an important point, because there's such a misconception out there that if I want to drop my weight, that I just cut my calories. And the problem when you do that, right, is your body needs that energy, so it's going to you might lose weight, but it has to take it from your lean muscle, mm-hmm. which then further slows your metabolism down.
Right.
And I think you've appreciated doing it a little bit differently,
right,
and focusing on increasing your metabolism and focusing on giving your body the right nutrients.
Yes.
Just for that. You want to just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so a lot of people think that that's right. So I eat 1,200 calories, but I'm burning, 1,300 calories at the gym, so I'm there at a deficiency then. But you're right, it eats away at your lean muscles. So I eat 5 to 6 times a day. On a Saturday when it's my high carb day, I'm eating 325 grams of carbs, and it after I get here. So it just you have to eat in order to rev your metabolism up. What's revving the metabolism up is what's the key to losing weight.
And combined with that,
the exercising,
resistance training, the strengthening,
exactly,
to be able to make sure you get a sustained, high level metabolic burn over time. Yeah, over time.
Right.
It's a perfect combination.
It's excellent. I actually have lost maybe 12 pounds since I've been coming here. I mean, a lot of that is some of that is with my nutrition too. But I found that even with my nutrition program, when I leave, I'm really, really hungry.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
I know.
Yeah, that's good. So, how has your perception of fitness changed? Just the overall mindset changed since coming to NorthStar.
I think a lot of people have the same preconceived notion that I did. You have to spend a lot of time in the gym in order to get a really good workout. Even those of us that have had a background in being trained in that certified as a personal trainer, I think that's still a misconception. It's when I first came here, I thought, oh, this is never going to work. It's like I'm in and out within an hour, but the strides that I've made since coming here have been phenomenal. Compared to what you've compared to spending 2 hours in a gym. Yeah, awesome. And the personal training, the programs you guys write are exceptional.
Awesome. You want to touch a little bit on that? What have you found? What have you really appreciated about our service?
So the programs that you guys write are designed for me, for my specifications and my goals.
So they're not necessarily beginner or just focusing on trying
everything's scalable. So if someone comes in and you write a program for them and it's something that makes them uncomfortable or it hurts, you guys can always scale it back or modify it. We've done some things that Trevor's and I have done some things where I don't, like for example, he had me do tricep work on a TRX and I didn't like it. It was uncomfortable. So we put it on the bench with a stability ball out. So everything, we just find a workaround, but it's doing the same, it works the same muscle. It's just a different exercise.
Yeah, that's great. At our staff meetings, we actually have a good news. And actually, you were one of our good news recently.
Really?
And it was because the exercises you were doing were not only very advanced, but they're very appropriate for that. In other words, like even our own staff was very surprised on what you were able to do. But it was they said it was like perfect for you. Yeah. It was just really geared towards what you needed at this time.
Yep, exactly. And that's what's so beautiful about it is that you can, I can talk to a coach, Emma or Trevor or Taylor or anybody and say, it doesn't really feel comfortable. What can we modify it to? And it's a done deal.
Awesome. And so, tell us a story in your everyday life that, it's really made a difference. I guess you kind of touched upon that with the time aspect.
I'm a single mom. I'm a single adult mom. And I have a corner lot in my house, so it takes me like an hour just to mow. And I used to have to take a break between just to get the lawn mowed. But now I can mow, I can blow, I can edge, and I can trim without even thinking about it. Next thing you know, it's done and I've done it all. I don't get winded. I walk a lot better.
Would it be fair to say you don't dread it anymore?
I don't. No, not at all. Actually, I kind of look forward to it, except after leg day.
I hear you. So, there are, we mentioned before we got on camera here, mentioned before that, sometimes people can't envision what life looks like other than the current state. Mm-hmm. And they may have go back to past failures. Maybe they've tried diets, it didn't work. Maybe a lot of times, we get this kind of systemic pattern of failure. We just have a hard time working our way out of. Mm-hmm. What would you say to that person what kind of advice or recommendation would you say to that person, on what they could do, but also knowing, hey, could they do a program like ours?
Oh, anybody can do a program like yours. That's the beauty of your program, is that it's written for that specific individual. So whether your goal is like me to build muscle and be strong, or if you just want, then you'll write that program for me. If I came in here and I said, Nick, I just want to really be able to move better, walk better, feel better, you'll write that program for me. I've come in before and had like a shoulder injury, and all we did was we made it a mobility thing. So we didn't even train in strength. We just foam rolled and stretched, and I felt like $1,000,000 walking out. My shoulder was better, the whole bit. Um, Really, you got to find a program that's right for you. You guys provide that. I love it. I've been to many gyms, Nick, as you know, and this one is just it's the right place to be. And for those that think, God, should I do it or should I not? My standard line is, the best investment you can ever make is in yourself.